myself, I'm in a minority here, even with Metallica fans, I think, but I like that Black album that had Sandman on it, whatever, Fade to Black, and Enter. I don't know what the name of that. Enter Night, Sandman. You know the song I'm talking about, anyway. Yeah. But that 8-Man hop, though, it brings to mind the eclipse last night that we were talking about a little earlier. Especially that line in the 8-Man hop song about, painted face of a demon in the firelights, putting his girlfriend on the stone altar to cut her heart out and cannibalize her. All that good stuff. See, now that to me is a religion. I mean, if we could, if these days we could start a religious cult like that, I would be all for it. I mean, that's when you really go out there, you express yourself. And I'll tell you, it did cross my mind. Now, it didn't make me want to go, commit murder on the streets of Pawtucket, no matter how, broken down that apartment was, or the fact that I was in, downtown Pawtucket. But looking up at that moon, even all we know scientifically, right, why it does that, when it turned orange and then that shadow gradually crept across the face of the moon, I can understand why, 10,000 years ago, when savage people without any scientific understanding looked up, I mean, you would imagine all kinds of things, wouldn't you? I mean,
especially because you had no idea it was happening.
Exactly. You would be watching, now there's the sun, there's the moon and the stars, and it's day follows night, night follows day. You hunt for your food, you put your crops in to plant, you put your crops in to harvest later on, and all of a sudden, the seasons that you counted on, marked by the moon, suddenly the moon turns it's orange, but to a primitive tribe, I'm sure it's the color of blood. The shadow falls over it. I'm sure the god of death was swallowing the moon, if I'm somebody living in one of those primitive societies. And that would make me do some pretty extreme things to try to get that moon back. The only question is, who was the person that first looked at that situation, saw everybody in a panic, and was level-headed enough to say, you know what? Let's take a beautiful woman, let's put her on a pile of rocks, and cut her heart out. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, Tony, if you would live 10,000 years ago, actually, I can imagine a few people right around here that might be the first to innovate that particular violence, as Tommy Dreamer liked to say. Yeah.
Well, just look at some of the things we eat and think back to, at some point someone said, hey, that's a good idea. Let me chow down on that.
For example? You're not getting away that easy with this one.
Mushrooms, for instance.
Okay.
Here's something that grows in feces. Let's dust some of those off and try them out.
And the fact that the first few people that ate them went into violent contortions.
That guy.
Yeah, I guess what happened was that food was pretty scarce back then, so that even though this mushroom might have sent somebody into spasms and killed them with a painful death, maybe this mushroom down the road won't. Then of course there's the explorers of the great Western desert who ate mushrooms and came up with a completely different experience.
That's true.
So, yeah. But yeah, eating mushrooms out of a compost pile, let's just say. I don't know. Or just pulling something out of the ground in general.
Yeah.
Right?
Potato. Look at a potato.
Yeah, or carrot. I mean, who was the first person, to pull a carrot out of the ground, see this thing that looks like a erect penis and shove it in their mouth and start chewing? Probably the same cannibal that, okay. All right, let's check out these two songs before we run out of time completely. We'll at least get to one of them, I know that. All right, let's go with Divine Submission. Sorrow Seed, here on the Haunted Cabaret on Rhode Island Free Radio.
forth to feed my hunger. Your screaming heard throughout my chambers. Your pain is my eternal pleasure. Kneeling at my feet encased in black, sheets of ecstasy. Fulfill your deepest desire to submit to me. Filth, sloth, die. Return now to this steel cage and take your place with the rest of my minions. Your only purpose here is to please your queen. It's what you've always wanted in your darkest dreams. Kneeling at my feet encased in black, sheets of ecstasy. Fulfill your deepest desire to submit to me. Scum! Waste! Rats! You are nothing but scum, a worthless drone, a slave at my disposal. You're here to be a service and nothing more. Your soul belongs to me now.
All right, that was Divine Submission, Sorrow Seed, band local to right around here in Providence and West Warwick environs. You know what? I think we got a few more minutes on the show, but we do have another song here that I want to make sure I get most of it in. We won't get the whole thing because it's a 7-minute epic. But we got some brand new Bedroom Rehab Corp music.
So new that this actually isn't out for general consumption yet, but since Bedroom Rehab Corporation's a good friend of the show, my show, your show, and of the station,
we are able to
we're
consume
able to get
it.
some early releases. Yeah, it's some good stuff.
All right, so I'm just going to say, let's defer to the music. I'm out of here, bringing to a close this episode of the Haunted Cabaret on Rhode Island Free Radio. This is Giants in the Ice, Bedroom Rehab Corp, Rhode Island Free Radio. Nighty night.